Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Steven Nazon, and today we're going to talk about my worst real estate purchase ever. At that point in time, I owned 2 duplexes, and I wanted to go ahead and buy another one. But the property value where I'd been purchasing my properties went up too much over the years, and I couldn't afford it. So I decided, hey, let me hop on an MLS, and I ended up finding a condo in the same neighborhood for a decent price. I thought to myself, why not buy a condo? It'll require less of a down payment, and if the math makes sense, why not go for it? The condo was walking distance, not just to 1, but 2 train stations for a 10-minute walk for a quick commute to New York City, and it had a park across the street, and next to that, you had local shops where your tenants could shop at. The property had a list price of $179,000. I put in a bid at $175,000. The bank responded, they had multiple offers and wanted everybody to put in their best and final price. I put in a bid I really didn't feel comfortable with, but I really wanted the property due to the location. So I put in an offer for $190,000 and it got accepted. On the MLS sheet, it showed that the property taxes were only $1,207 for the year. And it was under a tax abatement until 2024. The numbers were greatly in my favor. Or so I thought. So we go through the process, appraisal, inspections, and I didn't lock in a rate at the time because rates were dirt low at the time, and there were little to no fluctuations. One of the things I did luck out with this condo, the HOA required like every unit to have a certain thickness in hardwood floors. And I hadn't taken possession of the unit yet, so the bank actually had to eat the cost. I got brand new hardwood floors installed in my entire unit for free. This was a $13,000 job. I showed up to let the appraiser in, and contractors were in there installing the new hardwood floors. The guy goes, "Hey, who are you?" I said I was the owner, which I wasn't yet, and he hands me a sheet and he says, "Oh, pick the color you want for your hardwood floors." And I went ahead and picked the color. So I actually got to pick the color for my free hardwood floor job. Awesome. Back to the closing day. I find out that there's some type of special tax assessment. I still don't fully understand it completely till this day, but the taxes with this assessment went from $1,207 to over $4,000 a year, destroying my profit. I closed on a property Valentine's Day 2018. Unfortunately, rates did go up that week, and I got stuck with a 4% interest rate on a 15-year mortgage. That's exactly what I get for not locking in my rate, Captain Cheapo. The previous year, I had taken classes at night and got my real estate license, so I applied my commission towards my closing costs, and basically, I got my closing costs for free. And with all things in life, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Also, ring the notification bell, so anytime I upload new content, you're the first to know. The monthly HOA cost was $258 a month, which wasn't terrible. This being my first condo, I didn't know that the HOA fee isn't included in your mortgage estimate despite what the paperwork said. So now, between the tax situation and the HOA, this knocked my mortgage up to $1,757 a month. I hired a contractor to do the renovations on the bathroom. I decided to take on the rest of the house by myself. I ended up killing myself 12 to 15 hours a day for 45 days straight to get this done. Fortunately, as I was finishing up the unit, I decided to put it on the rental market early. I got the apartment rented for $1,850 a month while I was still doing the finishing touches. So here, I'm going to take a quick moment to show you guys some of the before and after pictures of the condo. Now I'm sitting here like, you put down $38,000, you sank in another $10,000, and you're only making $93 a month? Doesn't make sense. To make matters worse, the building itself had an absurd amount of issues, and the management company assessed every owner in there $600 assessment fee to do some repairs on the building. I just bought this place. Like, why do I have to pay this assessment? Now, I was in a red because I had to pay that assessment over the course of 2 months. So fast forward to 2019. My tenant who was living there, his lease was up and he was going to move because he wanted to save money. Now I also had to compete with other landlords in the building because they had stuff up for rent and for a similar price. So I took this time, I converted the half bathroom to a full bathroom to make it a true 2-bed, 2-bath to give me an edge. I get a contractor to do the bathroom project for me. And this guy just completely like slacked off. I had to keep calling him every day after the first week. After the third week of this still going on, I end up firing him and renovating this bathroom myself. I get the unit rented for $1,900 a month. I'm making a little bit of extra money. And then another freaking assessment for a bunch of stuff around the building. None of this is my fault, but we have to pay for it. With the assessment being broken up over 6 months, so this place in total is now costing me $2,040 a month. So now I'm losing $140 a month on this place for the next 6 months. Furthermore, 2 of the 3 PTAC units in my unit died. PTAC units are like heater/AC units. You'll mainly see them in like condo buildings and hotels and so forth. Anyway, I call up the vendor. They come out there, gives me a quote. It's about I think like $2,900, $3,000 for the units for them to come replace them and so forth. So I'm watching these guys install the units, and as I'm watching them, I'm looking up the same make and models online. And like I said, my bill's about $3,000, and I go, you guys just charged me $3,000 for $2,000 worth of equipment that you installed in 1 hour? And the technician replied, yeah, that's why we normally don't let people watch us install it. Lesson learned. I was like, I'm going to do this myself going forward. I did have a few options here. I was like, I can just go ahead, refinance to a 30-year mortgage. You know, the mortgage payment would be lower. I'd have cash flow, but I've already paid off 1 year out of the 15-year mortgage. I might as well just decide to stick it out. And all my other rental properties, they're cash flowing well, so it's not like I'm dying for the money. Does this story have a happy ending? On the equity side, like, let's look at the numbers. I paid $190,000 for the place. I've sank in about like $13,000. Somebody just sold a similar unit next to mine for $270,000, and I only owe $140 left on this place, so I could sell it tomorrow and walk away with $130,000. I'm going against 2 rules in real estate. 1, don't get emotional with real estate, which I am, and 2, don't buy a property for future appreciation. You're buying a property for cash flow. Cash is now. The city's also been changing. It's been building, growing, and bringing in more businesses. We actually just had the 2019 Video Music Awards hosted 6 blocks from the unit. In my opinion, the location is just too fantastic to sell. I think in the next 10 to 12 years, this condo is going to be worth $500,000. And I say that because another property I own in the same neighborhood, I've doubled my money on the property in less than 8 years. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My tag is NJ Millionaire Listing. I post there daily, and I want to thank everybody for watching.